Welcome back, everyone. Tonight I'm taking a look at the elusive Studio Series number 9, Thundercracker. For anyone that doesn't know, Thundercracker is a Toys R Us exclusive, as evidenced by his shiny little seal right here. And he was dropped pretty much right at the same time that Toys R Us went into liquidation here recently, so he's been very difficult for people to find, and more unscrupulous types have been snatching them all up and selling them for like $100 on eBay. I was lucky enough to find one at my local Toys R Us today. Unfortunately, the only one. But, so I'm happy I got one before it was too late, and now I get to share it with you guys. So here, take a look at the box. You can see it's a little damaged here, which may be why that was like the only one left. Maybe they didn't want the beat up one. He is a Nitro Zeus new head retool, if you can't tell. And he's marketed as being part of the Dark of the Moon movie. However, close-up art, Thundercracker wasn't actually in Dark of the Moon, and he sure as heck didn't look like Nitro Zeus. In fact, any of Thundercracker's previous fictional appearances, which have been relegated to like comic books and the like, he's never been in any of the movies, he's been based off of Starscream. He's usually just a recolor of Starscream, like many Thundercrackers before him. So he's kind of an oddball in a toy line that is supposed to be all about screen-accurate Transformers and providing, a backdrop to the movie that they appeared in that respective form. So he's strange, but it's better to have, an odd exclusive than no exclusive at all. All right. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's kind of got the skyline of the Battle of Chicago going on there. She, again, was not part of. A little further out art. Cool little Autobot window. Alright, that's the box. So now that we've seen the outside bit, let's open him up, take a look at his vehicle mode and his robot mode, and give some thoughts on the finished product. Alright, starting out we have Thundercracker's jet mode. And I feel that Hasbro and Takara have done an excellent job of painting this up in a way to where it's very reminiscent of G1 Thundercracker's jet. It's got the blue, the red stripe detailing. It really could honestly pass for like a G1 Thundercracker. His cockpit, just like his mold mate Nitro Zeus, can open, assuming I can get my fingers in there. And it is built to accommodate a Titan Master or Prime Master type figure. And yeah. Pretty simple. Not a lot of moving parts. The wheels don't actually turn, so it's just static landing gear. But this is a very nice display piece. I mean, I could honestly see myself just keeping it in this mode. And this is Thundercracker's robot mode. As I previously mentioned, he is a new head retool of the Last Night Nitro Zeus. And what a head he's got. Take a look at this. It's very, very insectoid, complete with multiple mandibles and a ton of eyes. So, kind of follows that movie Decepticon theme of being rather insectoid looking. His colors suit this mold very well. It's very shiny compared to the Nitro Zeus version. A lot of glassiness to him. Like it says, intake here on his upper thighs. Got this just kind of almost out of place bright yellow, but it works to create sort of like a glowing effect. Yeah, I mean, if you have Nitro Zeus, you've pretty much seen everything this guy has to offer. I will say, at least on my copy, his head is less floppy than Nitro Zeus's. It kind of stays in place. However, it does come off much more easily. Connection there is not quite as tight. So, this head removed, the little Titan Master type connector there. Like he's even got eyes where his ears go. He must be able to see all over the place. Here's Nitro Zeus for comparison. You can see they've got some pretty different color layouts, which end up, working to distinguish them from each other. As far as picking a favorite version of this mold, I don't know. I like them both. I mean, I think it just would come down to some pretty finite personal preferences for each person. I wouldn't say one's any better than the other. Let's have some fun with these heads, huh? Oh, see, that connection's way tighter. It's very confusing that it's so floppy. Oh yeah, that tightness is definitely from the connector piece itself, not the head. There you go. Let them swap some heads around. Yeah, their heads actually work pretty well with each other. So yeah, you can have some fun with that, or you can always, put any kind of Titan Master in there if you want to. Here's the backdrop that's included with Thundercracker. And from the best I can tell, it's supposed to be the skies over Chicago toward the end of the movie with the U.S. military aircraft fighting the Decepticon spaceships. Which, again, doesn't make much sense because Thundercracker wasn't actually in that movie. But it's a good scene for him to be in. And to get him to really fit on this thing, you have to keep his little air intake shoulder bits kind of flush up against his back. They can't be pointing forward like the instructions say to do. Because, unfortunately, that ledge that he's on is pretty narrow. I kind of wish you could put his jet mode in front of this backdrop, but there's no way that would fit on there. So, pretty much just stuck with him floating in the sky as a robot, I guess. This guy's release, kind of makes part of me wonder if he wasn't supposed to be in the movie in, an earlier script. It would kind of make sense, considering he shares a body type with Nitro Zeus, who in his own movie just had Shockwave's head for a head. So maybe he was based off of an unused design for Thundercracker, and then they just got lazy and threw Shockwave's head on him to differentiate him. I don't know. It's a cool thought. I don't know if there's any validity to that, but it'd be nice to think that this is part of some sort of deleted scene or deleted concept or something. So yeah, that's Studio Series Thundercracker. He is a Toys R Us exclusive, released at a time when Toys R Us is going through liquidation, so finding him is probably going to be very difficult. He was the only one at the store that I went to, but I have heard other reports from people saying that their Toys R Us had a whole bunch of them, so I don't know. You might get lucky, you might not. If you can spot him, though, I would definitely pick him up. One, because he's just a great figure. He's got a really cool, classic color scheme that evokes his original Generation 1 version. He has a very unique head sculpt, very neat looking. And, just his status as, the last Toys R Us exclusive Transformer. Bound to make him worth something if you're one of those, people that collects to resell later down the road. But regardless of why you collect these toys, I would say he's a worthy purchase. And after saying that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the review off here. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at Studio Series number 9, Thundercracker. Let me know down below what you think of him. Do you plan on going through the trouble of hunting this guy down, picking him up? Or is he just not worth it? Do you like him more than Nitro Zeus? But either way, again, hope you enjoyed this review. And I will see you all next time.